Theaters are hotspots for spiritual activity. This particular theater behind me has a sordid history, and, like all old theaters, it even has its own resident ghost.
This is one of the most exciting things that I've ever been involved with. I am so happy to share right here on TV Kojiko that our film production of The Phantom of the Opera, which started right here with the Casting Christine television series last year. Phantom of the Opera is ready to go. The film is shot, it's scored, it looks beautiful, it's getting ready to go out and play festivals, play conventions, it's going to hit DVD. And you know what, I mean, we couldn't possibly celebrate completing Phantom of the Opera in a larger way than actually opening the doors and having a gala premiere right here in Kingston, where the film was shot. I can't believe what's actually happened over the course of a year, and this isn't my first film. I've done 4 features now, but of all the films that I have done, or that we have done, this has been the most challenging for many reasons, but also it's the most rewarding because of those challenges. So when I look back now to last March, over a year ago, when we first held our casting call here at Kojiko, searching for our Christine, and we had dozens of girls come out who could sing and act, and well, most of them could sing and act, some of them could do neither, but you know, a lot of them, you know, a lot of talented people who came out to partake, and then having this wonderful core group of actresses and singers that we whittled down over the course of 4 weeks, and then ending up with the ultimate Christine in Savannah Kimmer. Going from that into producing a film like this here in Kingston, because it's got a lot of scale. I mean, it's got a very, very grand scope. It's Phantom of the Opera. It's not, you know, how to tell a grand story in an intimate way to accommodate budget. That's always a challenge. So going through the 3 phases of that production. The first phase was 2 weeks shooting in an old theater. The second phase was shooting the Phantom's lair. And then the third leg of the shoot was this giant masked ball, which was ambitious because I wanted 100 extras. I went out into the media and I said, you know, we need 100 extras to come out and be part of this. And I thought, if we get 50, we'll be lucky. So we had 100 people there at the masked ball. And what's wonderful is that we get to tie all that in together, because that was a party, and the opening gala is also going to be a party, and it's at the same location. The Renaissance event venue Jessup Foods have kindly opened their doors and said, yeah, we supported your film, and we would love to further support it and you know, host your premiere here. So it's the perfect location. It's grandiose, and I couldn't think of a better venue to deliver the Kingston premiere of Phantom of the Opera.
Plays Christine.
That's right. Savannah is the winner of Casting Christine, the Phantom Reimagined, which was a reality television series which we shot and broadcast right here in this part of the world.
It's just very unique. Like, it has elements of the original Phantom storyline that everybody loves, but there are some really, really interesting interpretations on it, and it'll be enough to make it an independent movie of itself, but also be a part of the franchise and have the fans pleased with what's going on. I don't think anybody's going to be too upset. I think they'll actually be quite satisfied with the way that we've approached this movie.
Time to hang it, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to...
Holy crap.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it was really great to work with actors like Ilke and Anthony. They gave lots of direction. They gave lots of helpful. They didn't critique. They would say potentially that could be done better. Let's do it again. Or they were always very, very supportive of whatever I delivered, and they gave me the best opportunity to do the best acting. And I got to work with Sherry and Heidi. They were all such talented and experienced actors. I was the baby of the bunch. So it was really just a chance to soak in the performances of other people, and actually I did benefit and make little pointers in my head of what I would do next time after their performances, so we could all just keep a good feel, like similar in the movie. It was just really great to work with such talented people.
Yes, I would suggest so, but just try not to move. So you've worked out choreography, which is great.
Yeah.
Can you stay in one spot and do
Oh,
it?
absolutely. It's just like I figured.
Show me what you're going to do.
Okay.
A movie is only as good as the elements, as the ingredients in the recipe, right? So, story, script, very important. Performance is really important, and I had the best cast I can possibly imagine working in this film. I actually feel honored. Crew behind the scenes, wonderful, enthusiastic people who came out, volunteers who came out and worked on this film. But then when you tie it all together, and you've got this film, and the running length is 96 minutes, the only way that you're going to be able to either make this film something that an audience is going to, to embrace, and also risk, isolating your audience. The only thing that's going to do that is the music. The music, really, the music has the whole film success on its shoulders. There's wonderful examples of movies that have succeeded or failed because of score issues. Like 2001: A Space Odyssey had an entirely different score. Now we recognize the bam, 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 but that film almost had a very different score by Alex North, I believe. With Phantom of the Opera, I wanted a score that was very similar to the old Hammer horror scores from the 50s, great horror films that I grew up on in the 50s, 60s, 70s. These wonderful, lush, orchestral, single note, atmospheric, bum, bum, bum scores, as Dracula comes in through the window or something. And to want something like that is one thing. We all want the world, but I never in a million years thought that I would get a score that I heard in my mind, or at least that had the tone that I did. And Brent Holland, who's one of the most talented individuals I've ever met in my life. I mean, he's a versatile broadcaster, he's a writer, he is a musician, he is a composer, he's an arranger, he's a credit to any project he's worked on. He came out and he observed the shoot. He asked a lot of questions. We watched movies together, and he would make, he would analyze the films and say, "Is that what you want? Is that what you want?" And when I first heard that initial 25 minutes of music, the first third of the film, when it was delivered to me, I felt tears well up. The music was that good. It was a Hammer-esque score. It was a unique score. It was orchestral, and there was so much passion behind it. And I almost felt that I had to work harder to deliver a film that was worthy of Brent Holland's music.
It's one of the first shoots I've been involved with from the inception to the end, and I think that's made a huge difference in this score because I was there through all the shooting. I was immersed in the scenes, the smells of the old theater. I would walk around the theater myself to see how it would feel if I were investigating a ghost story. And I was able to take those feelings back with me. I talked with the actresses and the actors about their characters to see how they were feeling in certain scenes. So all that got mushed up and out came the score. One of the things Anthony had requested was an old Hammer film type of score, which is very gothic, very powerful, very brassy, if you will. One of the other things is the film is shot half in black and white, half in modern day color. And we wanted to make a distinct distinction between those two periods. And what I love about black and white, as Anthony and I have discussed, is what's happening in those shadows. And that lets your mind, your imagination ring free. And that's where the frightenness of all the scenes can come forward, is through that. So my job was just to try and push certain scenes forward, tell a story in a cohesive manner, and try and also scare the heck out of people. Let's face it, it's a horror film. And the main goal for me was, yeah, let's scare the heck out of people and let's entertain them and take them away on this wonderful, wonderful ride that Anthony has adapted in Phantom of the Opera.
It even has its own resident ghost.
it's a wonderful film. It's a magical little film in that we are working with such limited resources. You folks at home would have no idea how limited we're talking about. I won't tell you, but very limited resources. And we created this wonderful epic spectacle that deserves to be seen on a big screen. You know, we have television, everything looks good on television, but when you blow it up onto the big screen, yeah, you know, we're looking at a film here that I feel, again, with the music, with the images, with the performances, I feel that it's worthy of that, you know, that theater experience. So I'm trying to get it out into as many venues as possible. So it's actually premiering, or we're going to call it our sneak preview, in London, Ontario, the weekend of April 11th to 13th at a wonderful convention called Shock Stock that I go to every year, and they're excited about it in London. And then we're doing the Kingston show April 23rd at the Renaissance, 7 o'clock. And then it's going on to the Regent Theatre in Picton, which stood in actually as the theatre in the film. And we're booking other dates. I can't mention some of the other things that are happening, but we're really getting the ball rolling there. We could charge, I'm sure we could charge $10 a head for people to come and see Phantom of the Opera. There were over 120 people from Kingston alone who were involved in this. But you know, this was such a wonderful community experience, getting people like media, Kojako, everyone was so kind to come on out and support us. I thought, you know what, we're going to actually present this wonderful gala screening. We're going to open the doors to 250 of our friends out there in Kingston to come on out and enjoy a free screening of Phantom of the Opera. So it's going to be a free show, free evening. There's going to be surprises. I'm going to be there with the actors. We're going to do a Q&A, and we want to invite as many people. We want to welcome the people of Kingston and whoever else is seeing this broadcast to come on out and see the Phantom of the Opera. So, in order to get tickets, they have to send an email, okay, and they've got to do it soon because we are very confident that this is going to be a sold-out event. We're going to have a full house because everyone wants to see the Phantom of the Opera. So here's what you have to do at home. You have to send us an email, phantomticketskingston@gmail.com. phantomticketskingston@gmail.com. Send us an email. Let us know how many tickets that you want, and if you're quick, if you're lucky, we'll write back to you and get you some tickets to come and see a homegrown feature film experience.